Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Colorado's Kush, KUSH. You got Big Mike in the morning. Coming at you live from the Mile High City. It is 9:34. We're starting a little bit late here this morning. Got a hard time getting here down to the studios. It was a very nice ride this morning. Beautiful Monday morning in the Mile High City. Going to be 75 degrees today. It's going to be sunny and cloudy all day. I'm still fighting a throat infection, so bear with my raspy voice. Got some feedback last night on yesterday's broadcast, and I'm not trying to talk dark and smooth on purpose. You got Big Mike in the morning. This is Colorado's KUSH, the Kush of the Rockies, the highest station in the nation. We were talking this morning about perception, our perception, their perception, and what comes out of where we're at and what our perception is of things. Colorado's Kush supports a 420 lifestyle format. Of course, we expect most of our listeners to agree with us on our 420 stance when it comes to using recreational marijuana instead of like prescription drugs for pain, or not a lot of us are suffering from glaucoma, not that I know of. If you are suffering from glaucoma and you're using 420 products as a medicinal remedy, then I apologize. It's Big Mike in the morning. We're at 9:35 a.m. Our focus is on perception, though, this morning. Let me take a drink of water. This is the morning wake and bake. So our 420 selection is going to be the Banana Kush, brought to us by our friends over at Living Well. Living Well has 4 Colorado locations and would love to be your 420 supplier too. Give us a try at Living Well. livingwell.com for area locations and availability. The Banana Kush that Living Well has provided us with is a indica sativa mix hybrid. And it's part of the $89 ounce special. So any of the products that we feature here on the Morning Wake and Bake, you can find in the grab bag selection at Living Well for the $89 ounce. It's $104 out the door. Yes, we have that 25% tax here in Colorado on our 420 selections. If you want to be a recreational user, you don't pay tax if you're a medicinal user, but you become part of the database, and it does go on to your Colorado driver's license as a medical marijuana user and provider. If you are under the influence, or the officer thinks you're under the influence, and you may be affected by the drugs that you're on, your medicinal marijuana, he has a obligation to get you off the road for abuse. Having that tag on my driver's license has been the sole reason why I haven't sought out any 420 products from the dispensaries, even though they've been available for quite some time in Colorado. It was only until we got to the recreational approval, which is anonymous. Hopefully, well, nothing's anonymous, but it's the furthest degree of anonymity, excuse me. You got Big Mike in the mornings. I'm still a little hoarse with my voice. I'm coming out of a bad throat infection. You're on the Morning Wake and Bake. Our sound engineers are Barney and Fred from Bedrock. When we bought out all the studio equipment from the Bedrock radio station, I don't know, it was called W Crappy. We got Barney and Fred here to bring it all in. If you're wondering why I sound so crappy in the mic, I'm talking into a bird. A bird. Man, the banana is smooth, and it does taste like banana. We're talking about perception this morning on the Wake and Bake. You got Big Mike on the mic. Our perception, if we think this guy is trying to piss us off, or if we think this guy is challenging us, we generally, as human beings, we have a fight or flight take. That's usually our first option when we're met with something, whether it be friendly or dangerous, but the first interaction with somebody or something, generally, according to how we perceive it, will initiate a fight or flight trigger in our brains. Knowing that as human beings, that we do have that first perception, safety impulse built into our brains, we have to understand that depending on how we perceive the information presenting to us, we feel like it's dangerous, and we feel like it's safe, we feel like it's relevant. Our perception does more to how we process the information or digest the information, and what we actually gain or lose from that filing system. It's something you can't change, and this is one thing we have to know about ourselves is, we're like cars. If you think of it like cars, or think of it like computers, I guess, or think of it like, I like to use a car analogy because I don't like a robot analogy, but a motor vehicle in modern day society is similar. A good analogy with how humans are built. And we don't have 6 billion different people in the world. I mean, we do. There are 6 billion people in the world, and pretty much they're all different. So yeah, we do have 6 billion people in the world, but we don't have 6 billion different personalities in the world. No, there's some people that are living the exact same lives as the other person, with the exact same perceptions as the other person, the exact same things that make them mad, the exact same things that make them happy, the exact same amount of children, the exact same looking wife. If it's not 100% exact, it is exact in all the measures that really count. And our perception of the world and what we've been through, and what we've been exposed to, the information that we've had to process, generates the perceptions that allow us to make future decisions. And without getting overly complicated on this, our perception, in short, can make us make mistakes about how angry we are, if we get angry at all, if we're happy at all. If we think people are out to get us, then we're looking for all the ways people are out to get us. If we're looking for people, if our perception is that most people piss us off, then we're going out looking for the ways people piss us off. It's very interesting to me when I have dinner with people at a restaurant, how they interact with the waitstaff and how they perceive, how they view their meal when they get it. I'm always, taking a closer look at how this individual acts at the time that we're having dinner in a public establishment. I am one that demands service. I have to have service. I don't demand it with my voice. I don't demand it with my eyes. I don't demand it with my functions. I go into every restaurant with the expectation that I am going to get served. That is something that I have to have. If you break that one primary thing, that the only expectation that I have going into the restaurant initially is that I'm going to get served. I'm going to get acknowledged. They're going to want my money. They're going to want me there. They're going to appreciate my business, that my money has a seat in that establishment. That is primary to me. So I am one of these 2-minute guys, and these aren't hard, fast numbers with me, but I'm one of these 2-minute guys that if I don't receive, the warm, fuzzy feeling in my stomach that my money has a seat here and it is going to get served here, about 2 minutes into it, I can make that evaluation, and I will stand right up and walk right out. No harm, no foul. I just want to be on to the place where I'm going to get served. I don't want to be At that point, there's nothing that's going to appease me. If my money is not seated and made to feel comfortable within about 2 minutes, I'd say it is. And that's wherever I'm at. That's no matter if you're at a burrito stand downtown or if I'm at a fine eating establishment in the tech center. It really doesn't matter. If I don't get the warm fuzzy that my money is going to have a seat here, because then if my money doesn't even have a seat here, is my money going to ensure that, is my money going to get a good meal or a good value for its dollar here? You break that one initial trust with me at that restaurant at that point in time, and I will probably walk out and try something else. You've got Big Mike in the mornings. This is KUSH, the highest station in the nation, bringing you a 420 lifestyle news and information source, bringing you a viewpoint from the average guy. KUSH is proud to be from the highest state in the nation. Denver, Colorado is living at a different altitude. We're talking this morning about perception and attitudes and how they drive us. On the backside, once we know how, now that you know how perception can, and if you can acknowledge that, yes, my experience with this or that has caused me to basically close down the subject of any further information being entered. And that's really what my analogy was in speaking about how I feel about service at restaurants. I was talking about how I observe my friends and my, people I have dinner with how they view it. Because if I've accepted that my money has been seated and I go to the next round and how can my money be served, and you notice here that I'm saying my money because these people don't know you. These people don't, it's arrogant to think that everybody's out to get you because that would imply that everybody knows you. Who the fuck are you? I don't know you. And at the time that you go into a restaurant, especially with others, you can see whether they have this initial perception that they're out to get me. Oh, that waitress, you see, they looked right at us, walked right by. I speak for my money when I'm in these types of situations because I personally cannot demand the service that my money can at this point. They don't know me. They can say, well, there's Mike. I'm going to give him preferential service over Joe because Joe drools. And it's for this reason, at most establishments I sit at the bar, not because I generally go alone, but, well, that too. I generally take all my meals alone, because I'm my best company. I don't know. It just happens that way. But I generally eat at bars because the lone customer in a sea of tables is going to get jacked. You know that. You're not going to be rocket scientist to figure that one out. Ray Charles saw that one coming. So I sit at the bar so I can make that personal eye contact that, look, we have a bond here. You're going to get my damn food to me and you're going to do it right. You're going to do it this many times. You're going to keep me hydrated the entire time. I want to have that personal bond with the person that is serving me because they're going to be tipped basically on their performance in that. And once I've accepted that my money has a seat in the establishment, I have already committed to a 10% tip to the server, no matter what goes on after that. I will tip 10% just because I sat down. I think that servers get jacked on the end of the IRS, limiting, taking so much of their tips and wages, and whatever the reason is. My preference is this. You don't have to have that preference, but I figure these people are bringing me things that I ingest, food and everything else. I never want to be the only guy that doesn't get served if it's a place I frequent. If they know you're a bad tipper, you may experience, and that's not anybody's fault. It's basically human nature. That guy's a dick. I don't want to fucking deal with him. I don't want to be that guy. I want my food fast. I want to be I want them happy to perform for me.